Hello everyone, my name is Dezzy, and welcome back to the post-apocalypse that is Kenshi, aka Muscle Mommy Shek Lady Simulator. Last time we bashed the Holy Nation and threw Seda out of stack with his tail between his legs and his skin peeled. But this story isn't over, not by a long shot, as we continue this Kenshi story. The next chapter of the Holy Nation takedown continues, as New Sun isn't slowing down with the destruction of the Incel Paladins. We've got a lot to go over this episode, so let's not waste any more time as I introduce to you some of the new recruits. This is Sada the Stone Golem, the queen of the Sheks. She is a very proud and powerful warrior, and she was incredibly impressed with our takedown of the Bugmaster and Seda. So impressed, in fact, that she gave us her very own daughter, Seto. Seto, or Seto, I think I call her Seto. Also, I just realized there's Seta, there's High Inquisitor Seta, and then there's Seto. That's not going to be confusing for me at all. That'll be just fine. Seto is another big Shek muscle mommy, which you can definitely never have enough of in your party. And she is willing and ready to take the fight straight to those Awkward dogs. The next new recruit we got is a woman named Knife, who we found with a faction known as the Flotsam Ninjas. A little bit of Kenshi lore and backstory. The Flotsam Ninjas follow a ninja named Maul, and are renegade Holy Nation citizens mostly composed of women, who still believe in Awkward but do away with all that insane zealotous bullshit. Knife used to live in the Holy Nation cities before she left. Her mother, who still believes in the cruel teachings of the church, still lives in the cities, and while Knife doesn't agree with her mother, she still wants to support her, so I gave Knife a good sum of cats and sent her back to her mom, and then I took Knife back to her base. Alright, you're all caught up on the lore? Alright, let's keep going. Also, Beat put on his best charisma performance and convinced Maul to work with us, and so now we had new allies to work with up north, which means that we basically had the Holy Nation sandwiched. And our final recruit we found in a dusty old tower in Venge, guarded by mad skeleton thralls and two insane robot lords. Agnew. You all know this guy, the mad soldier bot who is besties with Beep. He's here too, and New Sun has gained 3 new promising recruits. I immediately took to training Knife, Seto, and Agnew with our brand new skeleton training dummy. Yes, this one died off camera too. I should really not care for skeletons in the captivity. Also, we have a new base. You've probably been spotting it in the background, but let me properly introduce you all to the new city of New Sun. Much more properly laid out and compact, and I've actually designated specific buildings for specific purposes, instead of just, cramming everything into 3 tiny-ass spaces. Currently, everything is going really well for New Sun. Food supplies are excellent. We have actually an abundance of food. It's actually kind of insane now how much food we have. We also have so much fucking money. We broke 1 million cats. So I'm not worried about food or money. Cat and Twitch are crafting good gear, and we have some excellent new fighters for the Sun Squad. However, while our new location was great, there was a looming shadow over us. Awkward's shadow. A holy military base that was just fucking up the beautiful scenery that we had. I sent over Rayuni to check out the military base, seeing a heavy amount of Paladins and a High Inquisitor commanding the force. Just before Rayuni left, a group of Sheks decided to attack the base, and at this moment, I got incredibly greedy. Maybe I could slip in Rayuni and get a knockout on the Inquisitor, sneaking away a nice little victory. Rayuni jumped in to help his Shek allies, and the Paladins began flooding out of the barracks to get us. I was even cockier as we started chopping through Holy Nation soldiers. This seemed too easy, and the High Inquisitor decided to 1v1 Rayuni, and currently our favorite little Hive Prince was winning. Even better, some Flotsam Ninjas also ran in to help us fight, and at this point I was completely convinced that we were gonna win. Until a Shek dropped. And then another, and then another, and then the ninjas began to fall, and before I knew it, all of my allies were finished and in the dirt. At this point, I quickly rounded up the Sun Squad and began to rush them over to the base. Quickly, I moved Rayuni out, trying to still keep the Paladins aggroed on him, a large force chasing him outside of the base. The Sun Squad reinforced just as Rayuni took a nasty hit to his core. Ruka and Beep smashing into the Paladins as the others moved in behind and started to take 1v1 fights. Rayuni and our allies had already taken out a good chunk of the military force, but there were so many Paladins here, and the Sun Squad started to get swarmed. This was a real fight, as the members of the Sun Squad began to take heavy wounds. Sadneil, Rayuni, Beep, and Skins all being knocked unconscious throughout this fight. To be honest, I think we would have lost this fight if it wasn't for Ruka and Hamud. These two are fucking monsters in close combat. Even while being dogpiled by Paladins, Ruka and Hamut were just standing strong. These two are the MVPs of the Sun Squad, I am telling you now. And after a long slog of a battle, we finally, just by the skin of our teeth, we got the leading High Inquisitor. It was an intense battle, and honestly, really, really fun. This wasn't planned at all. I was just intending to just check the area out, and it just turned into this absolute bloodbath. But this was a good test for the Sun Squad, and while we did get the shit kicked out of us a little bit, we won. And that's what really matters. We went ahead and scooped up the High Inquisitor, ran him all the way back to the Sheks, and we threw him into a cell. And after that, we went back home to celebrate and look at the brand new destroyed Holy Nation base. Wait, oh my god, what the fuck is that? Oh. Yeah, that's not good. Yeah, it turns out, while the Holy Nation sucks really huge fucking balls, they do keep the Fogmen and the Cannibals locked out of the mainland. And without Okran's Knights, these parasites began to spread to the larger portions of the land. You see, I really like this, because even when you're trying to do the right thing and topple overlords and destroy problematic nations, you may still cause problems in other places. I mean, this is a wasteland after all. This is the apocalypse. It ain't all pretty and sunshine and rainbows. However, if there was one thing these Fogmen and Cannibals were good for, it was training up the new recruits. Although I will say that the ambiance was a little ruined by the screams of people being eaten alive by the Fogmen. But hey, I mean, like, you know, Beep and Agnew seem to find it funny, so, like, I don't really see an issue here. Moving on, now there was a lot of downtime. I didn't record a lot because it was boring. Just imagine this in the theater of your mind. A lot of training. We were also grinding for masterwork gear and fending off some, you know, Holy Nation attacks over and over again. You know, not a lot happened, just Agnew, Knife, and Seto were training, and Cat was grinding for masterwork gear, and the Holy Nation sent the Wrath of God, led by Valtenna, and I forgot to record the entire thing, and also Silvershade died. Yeah, you know, just really small stuff like that. Yeah, the Holy Nation, they sent the Wrath of God, and it was led by Valtenna. You know, that Valtenna, the other High Inquisitor that we're supposed to defeat. Yeah, he just waltzed up to my front door and got shot to death by the harpoon turrets, and I forgot to record the entire thing except for Silvershade dying. And the funniest part is I didn't even realize that Valtenna was in the group because he died instantly and then Agnew threw him into an incinerator. The way that I figured out that Valtenna was dead is I went to Okran's shield and it was taken over by the United Cities, which can only happen if Valtenna is dead. And I went to a world state checker and the world state checker told me that he was dead. So, yeah, Valtenna's gone. He's dead, so I guess that just made our job a whole hell of a lot easier. You know, I was kind of disappointed because here I was planning this whole big battle on Okran's shield, but yeah, I guess the High Inquisitor just really wanted to die today, so I gave him a mercy killing. Now, technically, we could go straight to Holy Lord Phoenix and kill him if we wanted to, ending the Holy Nation's top leadership, but not yet. I didn't want to just beat the Phoenix quickly. That was too easy. I wanted his empire to suffer. We weren't just defeating the Holy Nation. I intended to send a message to the entire fucking continent that you do not fuck with New Sun. I was going to eradicate the Holy Nation. So, Dezzy, you're pretty sure that we're the good guys, right? Oh, yeah, no, we're definitely the good guys. Yeah, it's not like I killed a bunch of innocent farmers. I'm definitely a good person in this horrible, horrible wasteland apocalypse setting. The Phoenix would be the last to die. I wanted him to watch as I slowly destroyed his kingdom. We went to the next holy military base. The entire Sun Squad was sent to burn this place to the ground, and the battle was amazing. A battle that was surprisingly easy. We ran through this stronghold like it was nothing. The High Inquisitor running this place fell quicker than I thought, and the Sun Squad kind of just ate the Paladins alive. There were no survivors, as Black Sheep and Beep were just stabbing the downed Paladins in the back as they were trying to crawl away. Another base fell to New Sun. And unfortunately, more Fogmen showed up, but, you know, we came back and exterminated them at a later date. The New Sun Empire, full-time Ocarina killers, part-time Fogmen exterminators. It was at this point I realized the Holy Nation had lost a lot of ground. Stack, Ocarina Shield, and now both of their holy military bases were gone. The Phoenix had his walls slowly crumbling around him. Legends of a terrifying group of cybernetic demons executing his High Inquisitors and Paladins. The Sun Squad was infamous across the Holy Nation, and our bounties showed that. Our soldiers had come a long way, and they had their eyes on a new victory. Bad Teeth, the next major city, was the last line of defense between us and the nation's capital, Ballister Hill. I gathered my forces, our ranks now bolstered by Seto, Agnew, and Knife, and we gathered the help of the Shek Kingdom before marching for Bad Teeth. And we marched for that city, slaughtering any opposition that got in our way. We ran to the gates, and really without any strategy, my soldiers just began slaughtering the enemy. The funny thing is I didn't even really pay attention to this fight. My soldiers just kind of charged in with the Sheks, and we just started killing. And we were killing everything. The High Inquisitor fell immediately, and the Sun Squad just started blending the rest of the Paladins into a blood smoothie. The Shek served as excellent support, as the battle for Bad Teeth ended quicker than I expected. The Sun Squad had become monsters, masters of battle and killing. Their specialist and masterwork gear, endgame weapons, and full cybernetics made them very strong. Maybe a little too strong. As we left Bad Teeth with our bounty over our back, I realized that this game may be too easy now. I know me saying that Kenshi is too easy sounds insane, but this is basically how Kenshi difficulty level goes. It's basically really, really hard in the beginning, and then you hit a spike where you get basically full cybernetics, amazing gear, edge type weapons, Mei 2 weapons, good combat stats, all that stuff. Once you hit that point, and you have a squad of about 6 to 10 dudes that are all really, really good, the game becomes trivial. Now, obviously, there's the occasional fight that may serve some amount of difficulty, but 90% of fights in the endgame, you just kind of fucking run through them. So I went ahead and downloaded some mods and increased the number count for enemy squads, and you'll see that all take effect in the next episode. That is right, I am making this game harder. Because as much fun as it was to slaughter these Paladins without taking basically any wounds, it's kind of boring and probably not the greatest content to watch, and it will probably get boring for me in the future. So yeah, I downloaded a couple mods, here they all are, yeah, so that'll all take effect next time. But besides my unsatisfied feeling of victory because the game felt too easy, we did take Bad Teeth, and the Sheks gained another major piece of Ocarina's land. Reuni led the girls and boys back home, and we celebrated another great victory. But this fight wasn't the end. We had a few more locations to destroy before taking on the Holy Phoenix, but you're gonna have to wait for that in the next episode. Thank you all so much for watching this Kenshi video, and thank you guys for the explosion of support that was the last Kenshi video. I never expected to get so much attention on a video. To be honest, that video was definitely rushed and had a lot of issues. I was expecting it to get like 100 views, not 30K. But I guess sometimes the algorithm just does you like that. So thank you guys so much for all the support, all the kind words. It's wonderful. You guys are all you guys are great. Look at me stumbling over my words. I definitely don't do that in every single script, but thank you guys, seriously. There will be more Kenshi videos in the future, for sure. I love this game. But I do want to state it right now that this channel has always been a variety channel, so there will be other games too. And I think the next video that will come out in between these Kenshi videos will be a non-Kenshi game. And if you guys have any games that you want me to play, just leave it down in the comment section. But yeah, for right now, thank you guys all so much for watching. I'll see you guys all in the next video. And we will be taking the fight to the Holy Phoenix very, very soon. But enough yapping. Thank you all, and goodbye!